World life story in the first glow of a rising sun, when the desert is still quiet, and the winds have not yet awakened, there walks a creature older than empires, older than maps, older, even, than the very trails carved into the golden sands. His footsteps are steady, his pace is patient, his presence is majestic. He is the king of the desert, the timeless traveler and the living symbol of endurance. For thousands of years, he has carried civilizations, dreams, and destinies across seas of sand. His story is not just the story of a creature, but of survival, of strength, and of an unbreakable bond with humanity. Today, we begin a journey into the life of this remarkable animal, the camel. The desert is a land that tests everything: the heat, the hunger, the mind, the soul. Temperatures rise above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The ground burns. The wind howls. Water becomes a memory. Yet, here stands the camel, unbothered, unshaken, and undefeated. His woolly coat shields him from the cold nights and blazing days. His long lashes guard his vision from storms. His thick lips allow him to eat thorny plants that would injure any other creature. But his true crown is endurance. The camel can walk 100 miles without water, hold up to 80 pounds of fat in his humps, and travel for weeks across dunes where no road exists. In every step he takes, he carries a story that stretches across continents and cultures. Long before highways, long before cargo ships, long before trains, there was the camel. He was the original vehicle of the world, the silent engine of civilization, the bridge between distant lands and wandering tribes. Archaeological evidence reveals that humans first domesticated camels nearly 3,000 years ago, some even say longer. But what truly matters is why they were domesticated. Not for speed, not for beauty, but for survival, because survival in the desert demands a partner, someone who can carry more than just weight. Someone who can carry hope. So the camel became the lifeline of desert communities. With him, people crossed harsh terrains to trade spices, silk, salt, and stories. Caravans stretched across thousands of miles, each camel leaving deep impressions on the sand, impressions that look temporary but shape the destiny of nations. What makes a camel the true king of the desert is not just his strength but his engineering. Every part of his body is designed with purpose. Humps, not filled with water, as many believe, but with fat fuel for the impossible. When food runs low, the body melts this stored energy, allowing the camel to keep moving. Nose, moisture-saving chambers reclaim every drop of water from the air he exhales. Blood cells, oval-shaped, a rare trait in the animal kingdom, helping them flow smoothly even when the body loses water. Feet, wide and padded, spreading like natural snowshoes to glide across soft sand. Eyes, double eyelids and thick lashes, a defense system against ferocious sandstorms. Every inch of a camel says, "I was built for this land." For centuries, the caravan was a world of its own, a traveling city powered by hundreds of camels moving in rhythm. Stories were told under star-filled skies. Goods from distant lands were exchanged. Language, culture, and knowledge traveled with the footsteps of camels. Without them, trade routes like the Silk Road and the Trans-Saharan Highway might never have existed. Entire economies depended on these gentle giants. And yet, even as they carried nations on their backs, camels were never worshipped, not in the sense of gods but respected as partners. Trusted as companions. In many cultures, a camel was a symbol of wealth, honor, and reliability. Losing one was a tragedy. Saving one was a duty. Caravans respected time and time respected the camel. The desert can be unpredictable. A calm morning can turn into a deadly storm within minutes. Winds can drown out sound. Sand can bury entire trails. Sunlight can scorch everything it touches. Yet, the camel moves on. When food is scarce, he endures. When water is gone, he adapts. When storms rage, he kneels, folds his legs, and waits. There is no panic, no fear, only patience, a virtue carved into his soul by thousands of years of evolution. For the camel, survival is not a battle, it's a lifestyle. Among nomads, the bond between human and camel is almost sacred. A camel is more than transport. He is a source of milk, a protector, a companion, and sometimes the only friend across endless miles of sand. Milk from a camel can sustain a family for days. His wool can make clothing. His presence can guide nomads to hidden watering holes. A nomad without a camel is like a ship without a sail. A traveler without direction, a soul without shelter. Generations have sung songs and written poetry praising the camel's loyalty and gentle nature. Children grow up riding him. Elders speak of him with affection. Families depend on him. He is not just an animal. He is a partner in existence. Today, the world has changed. Planes fly over lands that caravans once crossed. Ships carry goods faster than any caravan could. Highways run where dunes once stood. But the camel's journey is far from over. Across the United States, Australia, the Middle East, Africa, and beyond, camels continue to thrive. In tourism, in racing, in dairy production, in ecological programs, in cultural festivals, and even in medical research. Camel milk, once known only to desert tribes, is now being studied and consumed worldwide for its unique properties. Racing camels are trained like athletes, with specialized diets and grooming routines. And in rural communities, camels still serve as transportation: quiet, steady, dependable. The king has adapted, once again. What is a camel really like? Many think of him as stubborn, grumpy, unpredictable. But those who live among camels know a different truth. Camels are emotional. They remember faces for years. They recognize voices. They form deep bonds with caretakers. And yes, they can be moody. A king has his personality, after all. But beneath the tough exterior lies a gentle creature, playful, curious, and surprisingly affectionate. He hums when he's happy. He groans when he's tired. He kneels when he trusts you. And when he looks at you, really looks at you, it feels like he sees deeper than most animals. As if he understands something ancient that we forgot. When night falls, the desert transforms into a world of silver light and whispering winds. The stars shine brighter than anywhere else on earth, untouched by the glow of cities. And in this stillness, camels rest. Some sit in groups, legs folded neatly beneath them. Some chew quietly, rhythmically. Some gaze into the night, calm, unhurried, peaceful. If the desert is a kingdom, then the night sky is its crown. And in that crown, the camel stands as the rightful king. The camel's story is far from over. As long as deserts exist, as long as communities depend on the land, as long as people admire endurance, strength, and patience, the camel will remain an icon. He reminds us of something the modern world often forgets. Greatness is not in speed. Greatness is in endurance. Greatness is in the ability to keep moving, even when the world becomes harsh. That is the legacy of the camel. That is the legacy of the king. In the end, after thousands of years, the camel still walks the earth with the same quiet dignity, the same timeless strength, the same unbreakable spirit. Empires rise and fall, technologies change, maps are rewritten, but the king remains, the king of the desert, the timeless traveler, the living symbol of patience and perseverance. He walks on, as the sands drift behind him, and destiny follows in his shadow. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.